Hello there. I have many thoughts that I want to share today. I kind of have no fucking idea what's going to come out of my mouth, but I want to talk about life purpose and many ideas that I've been thinking of. And I just took a cold shower. I've been moody as fuck today. It's been a weird day for me. I'm exhausted. Life has been kind of kicking my ass. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so I had the day off today. But it was a very weird day for me, and there's some thinking going on, a lot of stuff going on. And right now, for some reason, the idea of life purpose was coming up, and there's many things I want to share. By the way, I don't know if I had a little accident in my eye on this. Hope it doesn't look too crazy or creepy or weird. I like one thing that Kyle Cease said once, that I don't believe. I usually don't try to take things as like 100% of the time for 100% of people, but he said something that was pretty interesting. He said, if you have to justify it to people, if you justify it all the time, it's not your purpose. I remember when I did van life for the first year, I didn't give a crap about what other people thought. And before the summer, it was in my mind, this is what I'm gonna do after the summer. I worked my ass off that summer, organized everything, got everything ready. Some people didn't like the fact that I was doing that. Some people were a little nervous that I was doing that. I didn't give a crap, to be honest. The year after that, same thing. I knew I was going to do it. I wanted to go to more national parks. And I noticed in the past, when I had an idea, when I had a goal, something that I wanted to achieve, I always used to justify it too much, especially to my parents, because I felt like, so of course with parents, they have a very different mindset many times. They grew up in a different era, they grew up in a different time. So things that sometimes I want to do don't kind of make sense to them, which I understand is not, I can't expect, like they grew up in a much different world. And I noticed that I was justifying things way too much. And it didn't feel good. It felt like I was explaining everything that I wanted, because in a way maybe I wasn't really even clear if that was truly what I wanted. And I don't know, it kind of resonated with that thing that Kyle C said, like if you justify it too much, it's not your calling, your purpose. I like the idea of what people say. I think it was Rich Litvin who said to have a mission and a vision so fucking big that nothing can stop you. And I do resonate with that. I really believe that. I listened to an interview with Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, incredible. He was always an inspiration to me. I didn't want to make a video when everything happened, because I felt like people were chasing views, and it didn't feel right. And I'm not gonna touch on the topic. He's always been a huge inspiration for me. And he talks a lot about obsessiveness, and like the level that he reached, and the level that because I make a lot of videos about self-love and spirituality and all that. And I want to make something clear. This is my thoughts, by the way, my beliefs. I'm not saying this is true. But even the people that we now see all like meditative and so peaceful, and they had to fucking grind. They had to put in the work. They didn't get there by meditating all day and putting out one video a week. And no, they worked their ass off. Let's be honest. There's a post, I'm gonna make a video about this. There's a post from Matt Kahn, which was truly fascinating, and I loved it, because he talked about like his journey coming up and growing and everything. It was truly beneficial for me. I'll talk more about that in another video, so stay tuned for that one. But what was the point that I wanted to make? That yeah, like having a vision so strong that you don't really care. Like, there are days where even right now, like, my mind is all over the place. And most people might tell me, like, you shouldn't be making this video. Most people watching this video might tell me, like, you shouldn't have made that video. But here's one thing. If you don't know the rapper NF, he made a song. Incredible, very gifted rapper, very gifted being. I won't go into that right now, but because some people label him in different ways, but he's very gifted. And he made a song that really resonates with me. And he said, I don't rap, I forget the exact lyrics, but it was like, I don't rap for millions of people to like me. I rap because there's millions of people just like me. And that fucking gives me chills, because that's, if I had to summarize why I make videos, that's why. Because I know that sometimes the weird, crazy thoughts that I have in my mind, the weird, crazy feelings and emotions and things I go through in my journey, I'm not the only one. Of course I'm not. There's many people, I've gone to a ton of events and workshops and things, and there's many people that resonate with the topics that I love talking about. So here's what I wanted to offer when it comes to life purpose. Whatever your thing might not be rap, right? But take that quote from that song. Like, for me, for example, I could say I don't make videos for millions of people to like me. I make videos because there's millions of people just like me. So what is it for you? Maybe you want to write a book, you want to write poems, you want to create a podcast, you want to do something. Put your thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas out for people to benefit from. So what's the thing, coming back to Kobe Bryant, like the obsessiveness, what's the thing that you're obsessed about? There's that guy too, what's his name? Alex Becker. He has some cool videos. Alex Becker. He makes videos on like YouTube and marketing and stuff. And he said that, I actually just this week watched that video, like, so like, it has to, for a business to succeed, it has to be something that you're obsessed about. Truly obsessed about, that you're thinking about it all the time. He gave the example, like in the shower, when the mirror, like the glass gets foggy and you're like drawing things, trying to figure things out, and talking about it with friends and thinking about it all the time, that you want to get it to a point where it's better than what's available. And I think combining all those things, the things that you're obsessed about, the things that you can't stop thinking about, the things that, going back to Kyle's fees, that you don't need to justify to anyone because you don't give a shit about what people think. And that's a tough one, because sometimes, even though it might be the biggest passion you've ever had, ever felt in your life, but you still have insecurities around it. So that's a little tough. But when it comes to those things, and then, like I said, a mission and a vision so strong and so big that there's days when you're gonna feel tired, like me today. There's days when you're gonna be moody, like me today. There's days where you're gonna have stuff that you're not gonna wanna put in the work. Like right now, I'm exhausted and I'm getting some food ready. I'm gonna eat, relax, go to bed early. But there's something, you can't explain these things, but I guarantee that you probably felt it. That calling, that pull towards something. when you were a kid, even like that, whatever passion you had, where specific toys, a specific game. You grew up with a soccer ball, a basketball, a baseball bat, hockey, like skates, skateboard, whatever the hell you like. That pull that you can't even explain, like you're tired but you want to go do it. You're tired, but that's all you want to do. I invite you to go back. There's a lot of talk about, when talking about life purpose, going back to childhood and the things that you enjoyed when you were a kid, before we started to pile on the filters and the layers of conditioning and things that we should do, shouldn't do, could be good idea, bad idea, can make you good money, no money. Before all those BS layers that we pile on and that we pick up, which are okay, it's part of the journey. What did you enjoy? What did you like doing? And before any kind of judgment, I remember another story. I used to love rollerblading. Like around my grandmother's house, we used to do it all the time. I had a skateboard too, but I wasn't great at it. Rollerblades, I was fast as hell. It was good, and I enjoyed it. And then for some reason, I eventually stopped. Then when I was like teenage years and all that, I don't think I even thought about it much. Then eventually started again when I was older. After like college and everything. And I was at in New Orleans at the hostel there when I was doing my trip around the country, the first one in my car. I was at the hostel there. I met a guy from Australia, Felix, I think was his name. You might see the video, I don't know. I put it on Facebook. The guy, like, very good looking guy, very like ladies guy, what's it called, ladies man? He loved going out and partying and meeting girls all the time and all that good stuff. And he told me, like, I love rollerblading, but I stopped doing it because people think it's gay. That's how he said it. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't like the use of that. I'll go into that in another video. But in a way, I think that maybe underneath that was a thought that I had too, and why I wasn't doing it, thinking that people might judge me, and it's not a very manly thing to do. So I noticed then I started going ice skating, and that's something that in my country, in Uruguay, when I was growing up there, I don't think we even had. There was one in the whole country, I think, for ice skating, and it was kind of expensive. I never went there. And then here I started doing it, and I fell in love with it. And I bought rollerblades again, and I started doing it again, and I loved it. And I think, like, going back to those things, and I'm not saying that when it comes to life purpose and career, we tend to connect life purpose with career. I'm not saying that you're gonna become a professional roller skater, rollerblader, whatever that's called. Like in your late 20s, late 30s, I'm not saying that, but I think going back to those things from childhood will get you into a childlike state, like back into that childlike enthusiasm and passion and energy and all that beautiful stuff that will get you closer to the real you, the version of you underneath all the conditioning. And I think the closer we get to that, the closer we get to what brings joy, the closer we get to what gives you energy and gives you enthusiasm and passion, and you feel that stuff that you can't get from anything else, the closer you get to finding your life purpose. So, okay, this is a little long. I wasn't expecting it to be this long, but I hope something, I share so many little things there, I hope something there helped. If it did, please let me know with a thumbs up or something. It really helps out my channel. I would really appreciate it. As you can see, this is my passion. This is something that I want to do as a living. I want to grow this and be able to help a lot of people. It's what truly fulfills me at a very, very deep level. And the only way I can do that is with your help. So if you could thumbs up, leave a comment or something, or share with one person, it would mean the world to me. So I hope it helped. If it did, I'll try to remember to put a link to more of the videos that I have on life purpose. I actually make a ton of videos. I love this topic. And I have a ton more coming because there's many things that I haven't covered and many ideas that I haven't shared when it comes to life purpose. So I hope that helps. I'm gonna leave. This was long. I truly hope it helped. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you on one of these videos.